Remember, God designed your spouse. Be patient. Ephesians 4:1-2. Walk in a manner worthy of the calling which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, showing tolerance for one another in love. How do you feel about how God designed your spouse? We know we are as different in pink and blue, but there is a lot more to it than that. Whether pink or blue, your spouse is a unique design of gifts, temperament, and passions. You fell in love with that design, but perhaps you have discovered it is not perfect after all. For some reason, there are times when you can get annoyed, irritated, or even angry with you, when your spouse is simply being the person God made in the first place. At moments like these, we all need patience, a quality we all agree is important. We often say we are praying for patience, while we secretly wish God would hurry up and send a big dose fast. In Ephesians 4:1-2, the Apostle Paul urges Christ followers to combine humility and gentleness with patience, which will lead to showing tolerance and acceptance of each other's differences. It is this kind of patience that empowers pink and blue to appreciate how God designed each of them, especially during those moments when they might provoke and annoy one another. I never cease to marvel at how God has designed Sarah and me so differently. Years ago, our temperaments and individual gifts caused some needless friction because we were intolerant of our different approaches to a situation. For example, Sarah is empathetic, focusing on the person with the problem, and I am analytical, focusing on the problem the person has. She wonders why I seem so uncaring at times, and I wonder why she gets so emotional. But as we have become a real team, we have learned to be accepting and appreciative of our individual and unique designs. Patience with each other has descended on our marriage most of the time. Like any other couple, we must still work at being gentle and accepting and be aware of what happens when impatience rears its intolerant head. And, not surprisingly, we have learned that when one of us has a need, it can irritate the other. Sarah may be crying out for love, but when she speaks hastily with intense feeling, but she does not mean to be disrespectful. When I raise my voice to authoritatively make my point, I am feeling in need of a little more respect, but I do not mean to be unloving. And so it goes. Opportunities to be patient with each other abound each day. I like this wife's words. I'm leaning on God for a lot of patience. I pray that John and I will be able to figure out how we can feel loved and respected in our relationship. To feel loved or respected, that is always the goal that seems to need a little more work each day. May I offer you a challenge. Recognize your different gifts, how each of you, pink and blue, functions according to God's perfect design. His Spirit will bear the fruit of patience as you humbly and gently show each other tolerance with love and respect. Stay with it, and remember, it takes a lot of patience to learn patience. Thank the Lord for your individual gifts and temperaments, and ask forgiveness for your impatience. Ask for the wisdom to appreciate each other with love and respect. Also ask God for help with situations at work, at church, or in other outside settings that may try your patience and affect your interactions at home. This week, make a special effort to see each other from the vantage point of God's design. Realize He did not create your spouse's gifts, temperament, gender, and passions to frustrate and annoy you. Talk together about what it means to be patient with each other in different situations.